Recap Show. The greatest, the #1 Barry Bears. Yes, I love doing this recap show. If you're just tuning in, consider sharing this up. Throw it up into your stories. Let's set the vibe. Today's show is going to be absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be awesome. We're streaming on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube ×2, Twitch, Twitter, freaking TikTok. Yeah, Backspin says, hey, Hank. I'm going to start this show like I start all the shows, and I'm going to share it up into all the groups. I'm going to read it all off. Hashtag Brattleboro News. Recap show. Here we go. Keen Connections. Planet Hank Locker Room. Newfane, Vermont. American White Wolf Scanner. Brattleboro Chat. Bennington Blotter. Hinsdale Area News and Info, Brattleboro, Vermont. Scanner Gossip, Brattleboro Ranting Panhandling, Vermont News. Mature Member Scanner 2.0, 911 Southern Vermont Emergency, Benedictine Scanner, Windham County, Vermont. Everything Greenfield, Mass. St. Albans Neighborhood Watch. Dummerston, Vermont. I absolutely love doing this show every single week with you guys. Thursday, 8 p.m. I'm late. I am so late today. Oh, but it's for a good cause while I'm late, and you all know it. There we go. Let's read some comments. Let's read their comments off because I noticed that people are in here. He goes, 2 minutes late, my dude. He goes, you were on scene for a long time last night. Why so little footage? He said, let's go, crazy shit. Shannon says, hey, love. Bruce LeChance says, hi, Hank. We got people up in TikTok. If you're just joining me in TikTok, please like it. Please share it. I'm trying to build up my TikTok, fan base. I put up a reel in TikTok. My TikTok, Brattleboro News, Planet Hank 2. It's the only place I put some footage. There's some stuff that happens in there that don't happen nowhere else. So make sure that you follow me on TikTok. We're trying to build that back up. Got a little brighter for some of y'all. He goes, I'm late because I was getting a Celsius, 100%. Here's my Celsius. I do it every week. Let's pop this bad boy open. Celsius, Oasis 5. Let's get the Brattleboro News Show. Y'all over here on TikTok, you got to understand that I've been going wild over on my other platforms. I got them all multi-streaming now. We got music. We got everything over there. Do you still want me? So we got some very important news stories that happened all over town, including last night. We had a shooting in West Brattleboro. One man was shot. And they found him in Massachusetts. They fled from me. I'm going to include some details about that story at the end of this show. During this show, what I do is I play the very best news stories from the week. We all know that. There's been some very interesting stuff going on in town, and I want to get a chance to play these for you. So we'll jump right up into it. This story this was a banger of a story, a little bit more of an investigative journalism story. This one here, this one has me dead, actually. This one had me dead. So here's the rules. I play the video in its entirety, and I allow y'all to watch and comment, ask some questions. Let's
Breaking
go.
news.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com.
Tonight's story comes from the Snow Block apartment building located at 29 Flat Street in downtown Brattleboro, Vermont, which has been without a functioning elevator since sometime in June of 2024. According to a statement dated July 26, 2024, posted on the homesmatterhere.org website, the parts were ordered and on hand within days of the malfunction being reported. However, there have been unforeseen delays due to a backlog within the company that is responsible for manufacturing and installing the belts, which must be custom made. The company initially estimated it would take several weeks to get and complete the order. As it has been several months at this point, it highlights the importance of receiving parts and maintenance in a timely fashion, as well as the need to be prepared for these unforeseen obstacles. Residents of the building say that they were notified that the elevators would be fixed by the end of September. Now, there has been a statement posted on the building's doors dated October 11th, addressed to the tenants, expressing that they understand the frustration from the tenants and the difficulties caused by the extended period without a functioning elevator. This statement confirms that the elevator is still out of service, but also explains that due to difficulties within their current servicers, that they are seeking to find a new company to expedite an immediate solution and avoid this predicament in the future. We have reached out to multiple people who are employed by the Snow Block building, as well as the SASH administration, to confirm that these efforts to check on and accommodate the tenants affected by the broken elevator have been consistent. We received a response from the Wyndham Windsor Housing Trust director, quickly informing us that the elevator is operated by a proprietary computer system, and that is causing the delay, and they have contacted 2 additional elevator companies to work on the issue. The Snow Block building is 5 stories containing 23 apartments. Some of the tenants have mobility issues that make having a working elevator crucial, allowing them to move about on their own instead of relying on someone to help them. Despite the efforts made to accommodate these tenants, people are understandably frustrated by the delay. Residents with mobility restrictions were offered ground floor hotel accommodations while the elevator is out of service, which they declined. In the meantime, trash has been collected regularly from outside the residents' doors. There have been weekly check-in calls to the residents, as well as the SASH coordinator and a nurse checking in with the residents on a regular basis. Despite pressure on the company to complete the order as needed to get the elevator up and running, there is no clear estimate on a time frame for which the order could be expected to be fulfilled. Several agencies contributed funds totaling over $7 million to create these affordable housing apartments during their planning stages, $5 million of which came through the housing tax credits administered by the Vermont Housing Finance Agency. So it doesn't seem unreasonable for the residents to expect functioning amenities at the very least. Not only is the building a hotspot for criminal activity by drug addicts and criminals receiving reduced costs or completely free housing, as well as the company they keep, it has resulted in multiple arrests by the Brattleboro Police Department due to the criminal activity. Not only are the rest of the tenants having to live amongst the chaos and crime these apartments have attracted, but the conditions are unsanitary. We have video evidence of urine in communal areas, such as the hallways and stairwells, but also a man having to slide his way down the stairs with his mobility aid device.
I've been here about 2 years. The elevator's been up for close to 5 months. I'm having a hard time going up downstairs. I use a walker on my butt going downstairs. And I wear holes in my pants too. So that's all I can say right now.
Other agencies throughout the state have done more with the same amount of funding, yet Brattleboro has little positive to show for how they've allocated these funds. Plenty of people are unhappy with the conditions of their town regarding crime, housing, and the drug crisis. The tension amongst the people of this community is apparent from the recent attendance and scathing testimonies during town meetings. Let's hope the Snow Block can get an elevator up and running soon. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
Wow! Oh my God, what a funny story. So I know that story kind of falls outside of like my usual, like I'm always I'm always usually just doing like arrest videos and funny videos and stuff like that. So that video was a little more on the investigative narration, journalism, getting a deep dig inside of what's going on. And it was absolutely hilarious because they got so mad about it. The director of Wyndham Housing, come on, reach out to your boy. So I heard that the police had a meeting and they were talking and everything. And they said, basically the comments about that video is they were like, man, the video started out great. And Hank was right on point and everything. And then they go, by the time you get to the second half of the video, Hank just starts dunking on us, man. Hank is slam dunking, showing all this crap, talking shit. It was hilarious. So, I know that there's a bunch of these downtown nonprofits, Groundworks, and freaking all these socialites who are all teamed up, and they're all mad about everything that I do because they can't control my narrative. I don't have allegiance to their, downtown politics, and they can't control it. And anytime the media isn't controlled by a certain group, we've all know exactly what I'm talking about. Anytime the narrative is not controlled by this certain group, they get crazy about it. They get crazy and they try to shut me down. They try to hate on me, and then they went uptown and complained about me to the freaking city manager and all this stupid stuff. And it's just hilarious to me. And it just makes me remember, here's my slogan. They mad, we happy. It's the truth. They are so mad too. Hashtag freedom of speech. Larissa Rose writes, WWHD, Wyndham Windsor Housing Trust, doesn't do a good job maintaining their building or screening the residents that reside there. Clearly, yes. Dude, big shout out to my man Free. What up, Free? Cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you. Let's tip one back. I got myself a very delicious Oasis Vibe Celsius right here. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to all the fans who make this possible. Let me take a chug to that. Ah, yeah, it's so good. It's so good once it touches your lips, okay? It's so good once it touches your lips. Let's set the vibe. I want everybody to remember that if you have a small business, if you have a message, an event, anything that you're promoting, anything you're doing around town, and you need to get that word out, you're looking for a place to advertise, you need more customers, you need more revenue, the number one place to advertise your business, to get anything done around town, is the Brattleboro News, okay? You're going to have more success getting yourself on my long list, my growing list of sponsors, advertisers, people who support this, people that tune in and watch and ask me to give them clarity of what's going on around town. You can be part of that. Help support me. I'll help support you, and we'll throw you out there and get you some more eyeballs on your business. Big shout out to Brattleboro Ford, North Brattleboro on Putney Road. Everybody's been calling me about their scratch ticket deal that they've been giving out. People are winning on their scratch-offs. They want to go in and get a car. They want to go in and see what they won. Big shout out to the Brattleboro Ford sales team. Go up there and lease that Bronco Sport. $299 a month, $1,250 down with a trade-in. Great deal, great car. Go up there and get something done. Shout out to Renegade Property Maintenance. Get yourself a fall cleanup. Get them leaves off your grass. Are you kidding me? Shout out to King's Electric. Always keeping it real. Best electrical contractors in the area, hands down. Go up there, get your lights turned on, get some work done. Stripe and seal it. Man, I saw the work they did down at PC Connections in Keene, New Hampshire. Huge parking lot. Great work. Big shout out to Stripe and Seal It. If you got a parking lot, you need it to get pimped out, you need anything like that done, hit them up. Get something done. Shout out to Zico's Haircuts over there in the Hannaford's Plaza. Oh my God, we have the funniest story coming out of the Hannaford's Plaza that you're going to see on this podcast. Get your haircut at Zico's. Great person, Megan. Shout out, family friend. Great haircuts. Get them done. Shout out to Todd Pacheco over at West River Painting and Carpentry, the best carpentry and painting company in this town. Make sure you get your house souped up and painted. Hit them up if you got any work. Shout out to my people over at Vermont Roadworks. Fred Cheney, you are the man. The greatest asphalt and paving, voted #1 in the Reformer. Voted #1 paving company in the region out of Guilford. Hit them up. Home Security Service, absolutely love these people. Absolutely love this company. It's the best security company in town, hssalarm.com. Brattleboro Towing and Recovery. If you got any towing needs, hit them up. Hit them up. And Kresge's Alignment. We all know that everybody needs routine maintenance done. They're off Canal Street. Get it done. Get up with them. Like I said, it's the best place to advertise yourself. Man, we're fired up tonight. Tonight's going to be a fun night, I can already tell. It's kind of chilly out. We've been spoiled all week with that great weather. Let me read some comments. Katie Lynn says, Hank for president. Hell yeah. Justin Packard says, #real news. Bruce LeChant says, Groundworks only helps people with problems with drugs. Facts. He goes, we need you at GRT. Blake Henderson, oh my God. What's good, Hank? What's good? He goes, help clean this place up somehow, some way. Whitney Waters says, how does one get added to this advertising list? Now, if you have a business or you want to advertise on the Brattleboro News, not only on this news, but if you notice on my YouTube videos and the actual news stories, you'll see logos on them, and you will see a news ticker going by at the bottom, okay? And to get added to that news ticker, to be added to the logos on the videos on the last screen of the actual news reports, and to be added into the podcast, you can hit me up. I have different levels of sponsorship. So, Whitney, make sure you send me a message. We'll get you added to that list. Everybody over at TikTok, big shout out to TikTok. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News. So what do? I am always on the street. I record. I use this scanner. This is a digital scanner that can pick up police radios. It was very expensive. It was bought for me by one of my sponsors, Cherokee Diversified. They bought me this scanner, and this allows me to listen to the police radio calls, and then I can respond and get my butt over there on scene so that I could get the precious footage around town that everybody wants. We already know, right? So make sure, you know, that you tune into all my stories, that you know what I mean? Because I got all the very best stories in town. Shelby Hastings, hey, Kelly boys, hey, Hank, what's up? Go, stay doing your thing, bro. You got my vote and support for sure. Blaine says, my mama says, hi, Hank. Hi, Mama Blaine. So I want to give a chance to show these vinyls. Now, this is a black one, and this is a white one right here. You can kind of see, maybe if I put it up like that, I don't know, but it's white. It's white on white, so you might not be able to see it on the camera. But these are a 5x5 vinyl that I got here that you could put on your car. I would love to see everybody in town to throw these vinyl logos, these Planet Hank logos, on your vehicles to support, okay? I would love it. She goes, oh, big shout out to Leah. Shelby says, I need a white one. Yes, so make sure you get up with me. I want you to put these on your cars. I'm selling them. Get them now. Get them while they're hot, okay? And, man, I got some of the funniest content. Man, I'm going to show you. Okay, so he goes, you need a fire scanner. Greg Short, this scanner here does everything. It does fire, EMS, police, it does everything. But honestly, I don't always listen to the fire scanner because if the police do not respond a lot of times to the fire calls, it's because they, a lot of times the fire station has a lot of paramedics and they respond to medical emergencies. So a lot of the calls that they go to are like medical emergencies, which I try not to, I can't air out people's medical information and everything like that. But the calls that are very important that they need help with are calls that I do respond to. So usually when fire and EMS go and they need police backup, it comes across the police scanner, which I'm always scanning for. And that's how Hanky gets to the good fire calls. Big shout out to the Brattleboro Fire Department. Man, those guys are huge Planet Hank fans. I'm a huge fan of the firemen. You know what I mean? They never had a song called Fuck the Fire Department. Okay? Nobody hates firemen. Firemen are heroes. Whitney Waters says, you ever sleep? Very rare. Okay, because I was up last night till about 3:30 getting the shooting story from West Brattleboro, okay, and chasing around freaking goddamn people are all shot up. I'm chasing them down 91. Everything is going crazy. And then this morning I'm up and at 'em bright and early going out there and getting more content. So I have this very funny situation that was happening today. I don't know if everybody was out maybe 5 to 7. You saw some protesters at the Hannaford's Plaza. Okay, they had probably 25 people out front of Hannaford's. They were all waving signs and yelling on freaking bullhorns and everything else. And what were they protesting? Well, they were protesting Hannaford's farmers, like saying that the farming people in Hannaford's, et cetera, were not like, I don't know, the conditions of the farmers working, the pay, the long hours, their organization was called Immigrants Matters. Okay, so like they like are people who protest for on behalf of like migrants and like stuff like that. And so they were out there bitching and moaning, saying that Hannaford's milk was not produced properly. It was ridiculous. Hoping you have more updates on the Garfield and the shit going down. Yes, we do. We do. Susan Hubble. Scrubble Hubble in the house. Big shout out to Scrubs. Scrubble Hubble. But yeah, so we were out there. I showed up to film them and everything like that. And some of the funniest shit happened. So I'm just going to, he goes, so they work hard like everyone else. Exactly. So they were like bitching and moaning about the farmers and saying like this and that, blah, blah, blah. Caitlin Jill says, best show ever. So happy to see someone finally talking about the shit going down in my little hometown. Hashtag Planet Hank for like. Leslie Benedict, right? Hank, I enjoy watching your posts. Thanks for keeping us up to date with news and other stuff. Exactly. So, all right, before we get off topic, we're back on to the Hannaford's protests, hippies complaining about milk farmers and how Hannaford's was literal. They're literally the devil. They're making milk. They're mad about milk. So watch the video and mash up the hearts.
During a protest at Hannaford's, where hippies were protesting milk, this man started handing out milk to the protesters.
Don't throw milk at anybody. You can throw milk. I'm just gonna give them milk. Big milk.
I know. Lactose tolerant.
They all enjoyed the milk and were very thankful of his gift. What in the Brattleboro is happening?
I don't want the milk. I'm thank you so much.
Thank you. Here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Dude is a legend. That dude is a legend in my mind, dude. Oh my God. You see that? So they were all triggered about milk, and this dude goes into Hannaford's and buys a whole bunch of milks, like individual bottles of milks, had a whole bag of them, and he goes over there and starts handing the milk to the protesters. They're all like, "Oh, thank you," and everything. Only one person caught on. The very first person he handed the milk to caught on and was like, "Blah blah blah, don't." And she's like, "I don't want the milk." You see Officer Hartman of the Brattleboro Police, when he walked over with the milk, he was like, "Bro, let me tell you, man." He tells him, "You have the right to go and interact with the protesters or whatever." He's like, "Don't throw the milk." He's like, "Dude, if you agitate them and make it worse, and then they stay here longer, etc." He was like, "Don't go and get in a fight with them over milk." He's like, "I'm not throwing milk. I'm just going to hand the milk out." They took it, and then they were sitting there. They were literally out there drinking the goddamn milk. Let's play this one again. This is so goddamn funny.
24. During a protest at Hannaford's, where hippies were protesting milk, this man started handing out milk to the protesters.
Throw milk at anybody? You can throwing milk. I'm just gonna give him milk. Give milk.
I know.
Lactose tolerant.
They all enjoyed the milk and were very thankful of his gift. What in the Brattleboro is happening?
I don't want the milk. I'm thank you so much.
But anyway. Here. Thank you. Here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. What's your connection to like?
Look at them. They don't even know. He goes up, let's go. Planet Hank Media Production. Man, she says, Larissa Rose writes, "Ha ha ha, this is great. How does anyone have time to protest milk?" I don't even know. Like, imagine being so butthurt in the world that you're out at a supermarket bitching about milk. They're all out there playing bucket drums. They were like yelling in Spanish. They're like yelling, the protest was like in Spanish. They'd yell it once in English and then yell it in Spanish. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And the idea, it's just nuts that people think that they're making a difference. Like, people are going to not buy stuff from Hannaford's because they are out there. Like, how entitled are you? Nobody cares. Literally. Nobody gives a shit. Like, honestly, when your dirty hippie asses are out there protesting dumbass shit and acting dumb, it literally makes people just pissed off at you. Nobody's like, "Oh yeah, no, that is right. Let me come over and read all about milk and then go and protest." Fuck no. What we see is dirty weirdos and go, "Get out of here. Go back to Burlington and pick up needles." Every supermarket, Sarah Corbin writes, "Every supermarket sells stuff that's produced and exploited by labor. I doubt this protest does much. They aren't actually going to the fields and factory farms where the abuse is taking place." Exactly. Susan Alba Rose, hashtag last toast intolerant. Michelle Morin says, "Protect this man at all costs." Exactly. Yo, that dude is a hero. He literally, and then the sad part is this. So as they're going, they start bussing in minors from the Putney Academy School. Like, Putney has like a private high school where there's a bunch of hippies up there. And so they're up there and like a bus pulls in. And then as the kids get off the bus, they're all 17. I was like, "Are you guys minors?" Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, "Yeah, we're minors. We're under 18. We're minors." They had to like explain to them. They had like a little huddle and they were like explaining what the issue with the milk was. So like the protesters that were there, they didn't even know why they were there. They like needed to be told why they were upset. Like literally, you had to explain to the protesters why they were protesting. Like that's like lying. That's misrepresenting. You're like out there like, oh, we'll just protest in general. Like they had no clue. They haven't checked the information. They haven't checked any of their sources. They just showed up on a bus dressed like dirty hippies and protested blindly based off of what somebody from Burlington who was manipulating minors told them to say. Literally. Jason Ferguson! He said, go back to Burlington and pick up needles. It's fucking true. It's funny as hell. Literally, you guys want to protest something? Protest throwing needles around. How about that? Protest fucking making the laws so that it's cite and release for felony freaking possession of fentanyl. How about that? Make that the goddamn fucking protest.
I'm here at Brattleboro Ford, and I want to tell you about this Bronco Sport. They're doing a lease special right now for $299 a month for a 3-year lease, $1,250 down with a trade-in. You get this. Look at how slick this little Bronco Sport is. Okay, you definitely want to come check this out if you're in the market for a new vehicle. Come check out the lease. The lease is a very good option. Don't shy away from it. You get a lot of car, and this is a super deal. The thing is stacked. Come on down. It's Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com.
Ever. Yes, sir. Get your asses over there on freaking Brattleboro Ford and buy that Renegade property management. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to everybody watching from home on the Brattleboro News Recap Show. So this next news story that I have is absolutely hilarious. Let's get into the good stuff because we all know the good stuff is why we're here. This one here, though. This one brings a whole new sense of entitlement and ridiculousness. We all know the rules. I play a video and then I let y'all make comments. So the story is coming out of North Brattleboro.
Breaking news.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com. Tonight's story comes from the Family Dollar off Putney Road in North Brattleboro, where Brattleboro police received a report that a woman came into the store, loaded up a shopping cart and a tote with merchandise, and proceeded to walk out the front door. Brattleboro police first confirmed the theft by watching store security footage and then started searching the area for the suspect. Brattleboro police Officer Crandall searched up and down the Putney Road area and was able to locate the woman after receiving a tip behind the Black Mountain Inn. The woman attempted to flee from the officer, but was unable to get away, and the officer was able to put her in handcuffs and place her under arrest.
I'll you, piece of shit. You fucking hurt me. I'm not even doing anything. You're fucking hurting me.
Stop pulling away from me.
I'm standing right in front of you, you jackass.
Pull away the more I hold you.
You are a straight piece of shit. You're fucking hurting me. I'm obviously standing here.
You weren't standing here. You were running from me.
You were chasing me for no reason. You're at you. Let go of my arm that hard. Because that hurt.
I'm trying to fix them so they don't
No,
hurt your
you're
hand.
not.
You keep twisting around.
Because you're hurting me. You know that they're not even that tight. So you can put me in the cruiser if that's what you're going to do. Let's go.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here and why you're running from me.
Why are you hurting me and harassing me? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Why are you running?
Why are you following me?
I actually report that somebody just stole a bunch of stuff from
Okay,
Family
and
Dollar.
what's your point? Do I look like I have a bunch of shit?
Oh, where'd you put it?
Oh, where did I put it? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you had
I
a
don't
big
even
tote.
stay here.
You stashed in the woods.
I have a coat.
Tote.
Where?
That's what I'm gonna find out.
Okay. Well, then you might want to find the person who took it. I don't even stay up here. I say, where the fuck down in town?
How many you got in here?
Just one.
Capped?
Yes.
You want to tell me
down there. You took off running behind the building this way. And then when I came back around,
I wasn't running. I have 2-inch legs, man. Where the fuck am I gonna run to? Like,
right here.
Right.
We got a star party going on Facebook. Send some stars!
For a parental retail. Like, come on, man. There's so much bigger things you guys could be doing than standing here recording a female. Stop stealing because you don't even know who the fuck I am. So you're gonna stand here and accuse me of stealing from stores all the fucking time. You don't even know me. You've never even seen me, have you? Nope, you haven't. Have you seen me? Ever? No. So, you want to rephrase that, officer? I don't care. You guys can think you know what you want, but come on. You guys are crazy. Fucking 400 around the fucking corner for a retail theft? You have bigger shit you guys could be doing. Why don't you go help the fucking homeless people down there freezing at fucking night? 90-year-old man down there. Like, come on. Well, I guess you'll figure it out when you do your investigation, right? I'm not gonna stand here with a fucking dude recording me. So get this dude out of my face so that you want to get me for retail theft, and I'll talk to you, but you don't need to record me. Go do bigger shit with that camera. Like, come on, man. You guys
identify yourself?
Are you gonna fight me over a retail fucking theft? Do bigger shit with that camera.
Yes,
you fucking loser. I don't need to tell the world. Go do something with your fucking camera, you fucking loser. Like, do bigger shit than standing here and record a female on a retail theft, you fucking faggot.
Just tell me who you are. What's your last name? What is it?
Never been here before.
Yeah.
Not from here.
Date of birth.
You can get a cruiser and I'll talk to you, but I don't need him recording. This is petty. This is so petty. Go do bigger shit with the camera, please.
The woman was very hostile at first, but after an interview, she told the officer where she hid the tote behind the Black Mountain Inn, and he was able to recover the stolen merchandise. The officer returned the items to the store, and the woman was released without charges. I was able to get a comment from Assistant Chief Evans of the Brattleboro Police Department.
On October 12th, Family Dollar called and reported a retail theft. Officer Crandall located the suspect, who returned the items. She was trespassed from the store and released without charges.
Just because you are arrested does not mean that you're guilty of a crime, and the investigation is ongoing. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
On Facebook. Everything else. Big shout out. So we all know it. It was an awesome video. We all love that video. I loved it. I'll tell you how much I loved it. I got to pound the rest of this Oasis vibe. Let me set some vibes for me while I freaking pound the end of this. What should we listen to? Let me see here. What do we got? We got this. There we go. That's the vibes I'm talking about right there. He goes, TikTok takes 60% of my TikTok takes 60% of my puffy hearts? That's bullshit. The Brattleboro News.
The Brattleboro News Recap Show on Planet Hank.
Get you one of these. You can earn a Watch Me on Planet Hank t-shirt by getting your ass arrested, getting the video, and becoming famous. Watch Me on Brattleboro News, the greatest, #1 podcast in the state of Vermont, in the entire region, in the entire world, really, taking over the country. Everybody loves this show. Everybody's following me up on TikTok. Susan Hubble, Val, PH. Goes, keep it up, man. I love your show. # Team Hank. Make sure that you all don't come in this live and not type # Team Hank. Everybody throw that up right now. # Team Hank in the comments. Write it as many times as you want me to read it. I'm reading every single name. And # Team Hank. You want me to say something? You put a # Team Hank. So if you got a question or a comment about that last video, throw it up in the comments right now. I'm reading comments. Big shout out to Jeff Bush, Cherokee Diversified, all the way down in Tennessee. One of my main sponsors. That's who bought me that scanner radio. That boy is a legend. That boy's a legend. She said, do bigger shit with that radio. I love when they call me a loser while they're getting arrested for fentanyl and stealing from the dollar store. You're a loser. You're a loser. Do bigger shit. Do bigger shit than reporting. Like, I don't know. We're doing all right over here. We're doing all right over here. You and your freaking petty arrest. Said, you can't fix stupid. She goes, I wonder if she stole anything for her 90-year-old friend. Do bigger things with your theft. Yeah, she's over there yelling at people that we should be over there helping the 90-year-old man freezing to death. Said, Pound Town time, hashtag Team Hank. Caitlin Jill, hashtag Team Hank. Amelia Kinney, hashtag Team Hank. Mike Moser, hashtag Team Hank. Rebecca Sorensen, hashtag Team Hank. Blaine, hashtag Team Hank. Christy Schoolcraft, hashtag Team Hank. Jeff Bush, hashtag Team Hank. Kelly Boys, hashtag Team Hank. Nunya Beeswax, hashtag Team Hank. Susan Hubble, hashtag Team Hank. Alex Vicente, hashtag Team Hank. Cindy Holden, hashtag Team Hank. Gail Hool, hashtag Team Hank. Catherine Cleveland, hashtag Team Hank. Sarah Achilles, big shout out, hashtag Team Hank. He goes, she's the same one on the block in the black hoodie on the Garfield Drive. Let's see. Who put it open? On TikTok, hashtag Team Hank. He goes, yeah, it's ridiculous. He goes, I stopped buying from them. I just exchanged for the gifts and the coins. Yeah, same. TikTok's a whole other ball game, man. I put up a video of the car slashing, tires, everything like that, and it went wild. So let me do this real quick. Let me set the mood right here. We're going to do this one more time, okay? We're going to do this one more time. Now, listen. If you have a business, if you have a message, if you have an event, if you have anything that you need to get out there, you need more customers, you need more revenue, you need more eyeballs taking a peek at whatever you're hawking, whatever you're selling, you need to get up with the Brattleboro News. No matter how much they hate me, no matter how much they try to keep it down, we have the most views. We have the best news content this little town that this region has, period, point blank, end of story. Nobody can take that from us. It's not even close. We are freaking shutting them down. We are shutting them up. We've got them all furious, running in circles. We got them all red-faced. We're taking out the nonprofit cartel. We're taking out all the goddamn cronies downtown. We're calling them out. Come get me. Come get me. Come get me. I'm Hank. I'm right here. You want some? Come and get me. Okay? Get your business involved. You want to be on the right side. You want everybody to see your business. You want to see the town get better. You want to go down in history as the right team. Hop on board. Let's do it. Brattleboro Ford. Big shout out to Brattleboro Ford up North Putney Road. Go up there, lease that Bronco Sport for $299 a month. $1,250 down with a trade-in. Get it done. Renegade Property Maintenance. Go get you a fall cleanup. Get your yard cleaned up. King's Electric, the very best electrical contractors in the region. Get your house souped up. Get any of the work you done. Electrical work, anything like that, get it done. Stripe and seal it. Just did that PC Connections parking lot. Looks great. You need patch repair, crack filling, seal coating, line stenciling, any of that. Call them up. Zico's Haircuts, the best haircuts in town. Hannaford's Plaza, regular people, normal haircuts. None of that weird, like, bangs, freaking pink liberal. No! We're talking Todd Pacheco at West River, painting and carpentry. Hit them up. Get your house painted. Get your carpentry done. Hook them up. Vermont Roadworks, the very best asphalt and paving company in this region. It's not even close. Home Security Service, HSS Alarm. They're in the business of peace of mind since 1969. Hit them up. Get a security system installed. Brattleboro Towing and Recovery, the absolute best towing company in this region. You need your car towed. You need something picked up. Hit them up. They'll get you done. And if you got your car, need some routine maintenance, anything done like that, hit up Kresge's Alignment. Get your car worked on right in downtown Brattleboro off of Canal Street. Old school. Big shout out to Mike. Get it done! You know what I mean?
I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
Thank you.
Look at that. Mr. Look at that. How are you? Thank you, Mr. President. Didn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
Thank you.
Look at that. Look at that. How are you? Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, yo, that had me dead. That had me dead. He goes, love Hank at McDonald's getting fries from in the bag. Yes, sir. Hashtag Team Hank. Zico's. He goes, use the same one on the block and the hoodies. Absolutely right. All right. So here's what everybody wants to hear about. They've been waiting the whole time. Okay, you've waited long enough. I will play the video. And I will talk about what happened in West Brattleboro last night. Okay, so get your questions ready. I'm going to play the video. You know what the rules are. I play the video in its entirety. I let you all have a chance to see the video, and then when you ask questions, I will answer them. The story's coming out of West Brattleboro. Everybody wants to know about this one.
Breaking news.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com. Tonight's story comes from West Brattleboro on Garfield Drive in the Hayes Court apartment complex, where Brattleboro police received a report of gunshots in the area. A vehicle was seen leaving Hayes Court with two men in the vehicle, a blue Honda Civic with temporary paper plates, headed east on Western Ave towards town. Brattleboro News was able to locate the vehicle and follow them south on 91 towards Massachusetts, where they accelerated to speeds of over 100 miles an hour before we decided to turn back north. Brattleboro police responded with multiple officers and started investigating by interviewing tenants and witnesses on scene at 77 Garfield Drive. Officer spoke with one woman who said a bullet went through her wall and into her kitchen, where police located the projectile on her kitchen counter. During the investigation, several people came out of one of the apartments in Building 77, and an argument amongst residents started to escalate, with several people yelling and voicing their frustration with the situation.
My car. I don't own a car. This is bullshit. I didn't fucking do anything. I was sleeping.
I got you.
I have a kid. Like, you think I want to welcome this shit in a fucking neighborhood where an elderly man lives that I call uncle?
This isn't a bunch of accusations.
Well, it seems it is.
They said that they borrowed the car that they were driving from you.
Who borrowed? Who?
The fellows that are in custody in Massachusetts.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Are you going to look for a car right now?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I assumed that you work at your Walkford Park.
You're assuming shit. People shouldn't assume shit. You know what that word means? ASSUME. I didn't do a goddamn thing. I was sleeping in that apartment.
I heard you the first time. We recorded all of it. We took a sworn statement from you.
Okay, thank you. You didn't take a sworn statement from shit, you. I didn't swear to nothing, and you didn't take a statement from nothing and no one.
Okay, have a safe night.
Have a fucking nice day and kiss my ass and you do it.
Fuck you! Get inside or get arrested right now.
How do you not be angry? This is bullshit, man. There's a fucking mullet sitting on the goddamn counter in there. It's from these motherfuckers right here. Get them the fuck out of here.
They're doing the yeah,
I know it.
I know you're frustrated, and I hear where you're coming from.
Well, go watch them.
Not
Right there.
I know.
We were inside sleeping.
Let's go.
The cops came in and woke us up.
Stay inside.
Massachusetts State Police were able to stop the vehicle in Irving, Mass. and found the two subjects, one with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. He was later taken to the Greenfield Hospital to be treated. This is an active investigation, but no additional injuries have been reported and no other suspects have been found. Anyone with additional information should contact Detective Sergeant Line with the Brattleboro Police Department. I was able to get a comment from Assistant Chief Evans of the Brattleboro Police Department.
On October 23rd, we received a report of shots fired on Garfield Drive. A vehicle that was seen leaving the scene of the incident was later located by Massachusetts State Police. Inside the vehicle was one male with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. If you have any further information about this incident, please notify the police department.
Wow, very serious incident coming out of West Brattleboro. It seems to be more and more common these days. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
Big shout again! Yo, Larissa Rose Rice, make Brattleboro great again. Yes! Okay, watching from New Jersey, Hank rules, hashtag bag fries. Jeff Bush says, Hank is the mayor of Brattleboro. Ricky writes, Celtics are up 25, let's go. He goes, sleeping in jeans. Yeah, exactly. So we all saw what happened. So as the call came in, and we're all rushing out into Garfield Drive, it came off as, okay, well, there's gunshots or it could be fireworks. So we were all kind of like, what the heck? And I start hearing more cops like responding to it. And I was like, oh boy, I better go out there just to check. And as I'm going out there, they said one car took off and it was a blue Honda Civic with paper plates. And right as that call came across, like I look at the cars as they're coming from that direction on Western and I see the car. It's like literally right there. And I pull around, do a U-turn and get right behind them, and they get on 91 South and start taking off, going like, and they were actually only going like 65 miles an hour until they got to like where the Welcome Center was, and then they started gunning it, like over 100 miles an hour. I got the idea that they knew I was behind them, so I like wanted to stay back a little because they were shooting. So it's like, I don't want to pull up on them like I did for that car hauler. Remember that one? I pulled up next to the dude with the stolen car hauler and was filming him. Like, imagine if I did that in this one and they started shooting me up. That'd be crazy. He goes, you can't U-turn in Canada. But anyway, so I go chase their asses down and film it. And once they get into Mass, I'm like, dude, what the? I was sort of expecting there to be some cops at the border. Nope, nothing. So they got all the way down to Irving, Mass, which is like east of Greenfield a little bit on Route 2. And then they get busted, and the cop finds him. State troopers find him. He's got a gunshot wound, and they take him to the hospital, et cetera, et cetera. So he goes, so I heard gunshots at my house when I brought my dog out. He goes, you can't do that. We need you for the real news. Yeah, exactly. I can't pull up and get blasted. Brattleboro's counting on me. So then I go back to Garfield Drive and check it out. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, are you kidding me? I knew some of the people and they came out. Kai Bugatti was there. Autumn was out there. There's a few other people. Everybody's conjugating outside. And I go and look into the hallway area. And, dude, there's bullet holes through the wall. There's like one bullet hole through the wall, and there's one on the outside through the wall from the outside. But on the inside, after the cops started investigating, one of the bullets that went through the wall, like, hit something. It was laying on her kitchen countertop. Like, good thing she wasn't in there doing the dishes or something. So Garfield Drive out in West Brattleboro, a few months ago, like a month ago, there was the shooting in the building right off of Western in Garfield where the guy got shot in the leg and taken to Bratt Memorial and then had a helicopter ride down to Worcester. That happened, and that building is right there on the corner of Western and Garfield, like right there out in front. Then last week on Wednesday, Shane Eskra shot off shots outside of his building on Garfield Drive, which is right across the street from the building that this happened in. Okay? And he was shooting guns off and then went down to Flat Street, and the cops like went after him, and he ran up into Hinsdale and was firing off 12, 13 shots at the officers in Hinsdale, got arrested by the New Hampshire State Police. Totally ridiculous. Okay, and then 1 week later, the same exact road right across the street, now we have a whole other shooting incident. Like, what is happening in West Brattleboro? Like, what the heck? The drug scene is getting out of control. Like, the people from out of town are starting to figure out that the laws in Vermont aren't really that stringent, and that the people are paying top dollar for drugs, doing tons of drugs, and that they can't really defend themselves. So there's this like dangerous vibe of people from out of state who come up here and are willing to shoot people and do violence and blatantly sell drugs and take over apartments and whatever. And we do not need it. It's crazy. Rebecca Sorensen writes, hashtag team bulletproof team Hank. She goes, don't get her out there. I worry. She said, so crazy. Yeah, like, dude, we've got a lot of shootings at this point. Like, it's too many. So the town has been really responsive. I put the video out just a little while ago. I was a little late with this one. He goes, I sit here and do my laundry and watch the idiots run back and forth from the trap house. Yeah, dude, there's so many people. Big shout out to Jeff Bush. Thank you for the stars. If you're all wondering how to send me stars, oh yeah, she says, don't forget about the stripped car with flat tires. Yeah, let me play that video. I don't know how I'm going to play that video. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me add this to the stage. Let me go right in here. Boom. All right. Here it is.
Brattleboro, Vermont. Fall 2024. While on a routine patrol, police noticed a vehicle with slashed tires in a parking lot. After further investigation, it was revealed the vehicle was a rental out of Connecticut. The keys were left in the center console, but the rest of the vehicle was stripped and empty.
Yeah, the top. Yeah. And then the other two tires are fine. Some keys are sitting right there. It's stripped. It is totally stripped. They
so this
the
car
trunk.
was right out front of the building
Officers
that this shooting happened at.
As vandalized and abandoned.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
Brattleboro, Vermont.
So, like, what in the Brattleboro is going on? I know that was kind of weird playing that one like that, but what's going on? You know what I mean? He goes, this town's getting out of control. So basically, as we were poking around, we found a stolen vehicle at the Cumberland Farms down the street. That video will be produced and released tomorrow. You guys will see another stolen vehicle that was recovered. There was some crazy stuff. So we kind of thought that the vehicle had some connection to something, and I'm not really going to release what it is right here on this live. But there was sort of like some mystery around it. So we were sort of back in the area. And as we were on Garfield Drive, we're sitting there and boom, I am the one who located it. I was like, wow, why are those tires slashed? So there's two tires like flat, and I'm like, stop. And then I call the officer over. I'm like, what? Yo, what's up with this? Why are these tires slashed? And then we started investigating it, and the officer found that the knife marks, like, dude, they were actually stabbed. And then as we were looking into the vehicle, it was stripped. Like, nothing was in it, and the mats were pulled up and thrown on the back. Like, somebody went through it and, like, I don't know, like, took everything out and, like, messed with it and then left the keys and, like, abandoned the vehicle. Like, it was pretty weird and suspicious. Unlocked with the keys in it with absolutely nothing in it except 4 cents in the trunk and an empty Powerade bottle. So we were like, what the hell? Like, it was so suspicious. So the cops, like, reported it as vandalized equipment, abandoned vehicle. It's not there now. It was a rental company out of Connecticut, so it's not there. I'm assuming it was towed. That was at like 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the morning or something. It was so late, and I had to go because the tow truck was down the street. He goes, did they take all the door panels? He says, Marco! All right, so here's what we'll do. CT plate equals drug runner. Yeah, probably. That was sort of what I was implying from that video in the first place, was like, okay, what's going on here? You would, like, you know, and the location and everything like that, with the shooting last week, the shooting last night, and then that car the day before. It was ridiculous. So they used it. So a lot of people, I wrote, what's your theory? What's your theory about the slash car? That video got a lot of views on TikTok. TikTok really liked that. If you're not following me on TikTok, you need to go on to TikTok, follow me. We're over there. We're live there now. But I also have been posting my content, and it's been picking up some steam over there. So people were saying they are thinking that basically people are renting cars in Connecticut. They run their drugs up and then abandon the vehicles up here and just go and do whatever. He goes, some meth head tried to follow little Goatsy into the dooryard the other night. I scared him off. Yeah, that's what a shotgun's for. So what we'll do now is we'll put hashtag Marco up on the screen. Hashtag put all kinds of 3 dog emojis. What we do is we put 3 dog emojis up on the screen. And then what I do from there is I will go and get Marco a Brattleboro News dog bone. And if 3 people put 3 dog emojis up, then he will get his bone. So here we go. We got the Brattleboro News dog bone right here. Put them up in TikTok. Put them up in, oh, there we go. We got plenty of them. Everybody keep putting them up. Blaine, 3 dog emojis. Logan, 3. Rebecca, 3. Shelby, oh yeah. Michelle, Susan, Renegade, Blaine, Alex on YouTube, Jeff Bush. Everybody got it. Yes, he goes, she's so cute. Yes, that's a very good boy. You're the Brattleboro News good boy tonight. Oh, and there's your bone. Good boy. He got up and he did it. He got up and he did it. Yeah, so everybody doing it. Not Logan Detects. Stay calm on TikTok. Everybody putting up Rick over on there. Everybody on TikTok, big shout out to you guys. I love doing this show every single week. He's a good boy. Oh, there's a little Goatsy in there. None your beeswax. Thank you to everybody who watches and always watches all my content. Just remember, if you're part of the squad, we're doing this every single Thursday night. Hashtag Team Hank. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Hopefully I'm not too late. I love doing this. Share this up. Tag some new people. I would love to turn our 50, 60 live viewers into freaking 150, 250. We'd love to get everybody in here. Planet Hank Live Show, the greatest podcast, the absolute best online experience on all platforms every single week. The #1 news source. If you got a business, get up with me. Get your stuff on my podcast. Bow!